I have spent a significant amount of time in mortuaries, so I was really looking forward to seeing an accurate and educational film about proper embalming techniques. Well, let me tell you folks, there is nothing about this flick that relates to the funerary arts in any way whatsoever. That being said, this is a great movie about piece of game milk caps better known as pogs. I thought people had forgotten about pogs, but this movie is just chock full of them. Director Jeremiah Kipp tries to make a movie about coping with alcoholism, dealing with childhood guilt, and some other mushy and stupid bullshit that has no place in a fine film about arcane nonsense and pogs. Speaking of fine, and I do mean fine with a capital F, this movie features Willa Holland in just about every scene. Sometimes she's a mortician, sometimes she's an alcoholic, and sometimes she's a demon. No matter her role, she is the type of fox who makes a good impression. Most of the film features her running around trying to put the pogs in the right order. You see, there is this head mortician who has been up to some shady business in this joint for a while. He has all kinds of nonsense going on, like keeping some chick in a box, using embalming fluids that you have to inject into yourself for reasons I do not really understand, and, of course, a box of pogs, to make the pogs stop glowing. You have to play games with dead bodies that lock the cardboard discs into the right place. I think, eventually, Willa and this mortician screw around with the occult forces of evil because apparently hanging around a mortuary for years on end gets very boring. At first, the mortician leaves our heroine all alone to figure out what is going on with the reagent and some other possession-flavored horsecrap. When he finally shows up, he has occult shapes and scribbles all over him. This is supposed to be a tattoo on his chest, but it is clearly just some doodles drawn on with a permanent marker. I am not sure if he is a good guy or a bad guy because I completely tuned out of the film the second he said, "I'll explain everything." I hate it when characters in movies try to explain things to me, especially that Mark Ruffalo fellow, who should be legally required to either wear green paint at all times or exist in silence. Who do they think they are? So yeah, I did not get the ending. I do not understand if the mortician is a good guy or a bad guy, and at one point, I am pretty sure I confused him for Willa's deceased father, who shows up in a couple of flashbacks. This movie loses all points for having no plot that I could discern and for trying to force us inside the sea. Her actor's feelings in a film that fundamentally should have been about a hottie kicking some demon ass. The parts where she actually does that are pretty alright, though, so this little piece of forgettable streaming magic gets a 5 out of 10.